Okay, so this is a board I've been working on. I haven't really put much time into it. So the ultrasonic died, right? This was for when I first got it, it was missing PP3V3SO. Now that had a bad switch. I fixed that, and then it had no PM sleep SOL, which is kind of miserable. So there's a few things that can cause this. We'll go over it, but this is a miserable board. I waited on it for almost a week until I got the ultrasonic. I figured there might have been some junk under the CPU. I ultrasonicked it, still nothing. So now we're going to take a look at it. The board was completely immaculate. There was no corrosion. There was nothing. It was perfectly clean. So this is after ultrasonic. We'll go over it one more time, and then go from there. So let's see here. Is this even live? Yes. Okay. So here's our board. There's no corrosion. There was no signs of liquid. It just random died. So, so who's here? Cam is here. Aaron is here. Caroline is here. Cormac is here. Christian is here. A bunch of people are here today. Okay, let's go over this. Let me get my focus set right so I can see and you guys can see. So yeah, there's just simply nothing here. So SO power rail sequence. Basically what this is doing is it's staying in sleep. So basically what S3 is sleep. So the board is staying in sleep. It's never getting to SO. Now, the sleep sensor is fine. The I/O board is unplugged. It's not a lid issue, so it's not nothing like that. It could very well be a bad PCH, but there's a few other things. So the SMC plays a large role in the sleep sequence and stuff like that. It talks to the CPU, and the bad SMC can definitely cause that. So let's go ahead and look at what's required for SO. So the somebody already got a downvote before my up one. Yeah, unfortunately there's been some people that have been jealous and have been hating lately, but that's okay. That's expected. So yeah, there's this one guy that yeah, just never mind. But yeah, you'll get those people, unfortunately. Okay, so this is a 820 something rather, 3437. So let's go to the schematic. Open up a schematic for that board. Documents, schematics, 3437. Where is it here? Here we go. And PM sleep SO underscore L. Okay, so yeah, this is it's not this resistor. That resistor is never going to die. So let's continue on. So PM sleep SOL isolation. It could be this logic gate right here. This is coming from the CPU, and I believe, let's see, U1420. Why does this look funny? Well, that doesn't look right. What's going on here? It's like missing. I have no idea why it's like that. But yeah, I can't see what this says right here. But this is basically to prevent PM sleep SOL from going high when it's not supposed to. I really don't think this is the issue, but it could be. I can't see the rest of this darn schematic. What the heck? Okay, here we go. So this is just a logic gate, simple. You know, nothing really that important. But let's check it. Let's see if it's there or present. I may have replaced it. I don't remember. But anyway, I'm going to continue on because I believe I already checked this area. It wasn't this. And we can see this comes from our PCH. Right here. This could very well be the issue. We're getting PM sleep S4L, so most of the system power rails, like all this stuff, is there. It's mainly going to be either something on PM sleep SOL holding it down. See, this is a debug LED. Doesn't really matter much. Continue on. This is an input to the SMC, I believe. I believe this is the SMC. Yep, that's the SMC. So basically what I'm thinking, I think what's going on is the SMC is basically telling the system to stay in sleep. So if it tells the system to stay in sleep, it's never going to get past an S3 rail. So it may not even get to SO. So my suspicion is that this is a bad SMC. I could be wrong. I don't know. It could very well be the PCH, or could be some off the charts random failure, but I'm going to go with the SMC. I'm going to change the SMC and see where it goes. That's kind of what I think is going on. I think that the SMC firmware or something is screwed up, and it's telling it basically to stay in sleep and not turn on. So let's go ahead and start with that, and let's see if my theory is correct. Okay, let me reply to whatever needs to be replied if it's important. Okay, let's continue on. I feel really tired today, which is actually strange because I slept more than I did usually. I think that's why. So the SMC area looks fine. There was no liquid damage here, but crazier things have happened. You never know. The SMCs, have firmware, and like a BIOS chip, they can the firmware can become screwed up, you know, just out of the blue. So that's kind of what I'm suspecting. Could be wrong. But ultimately, I don't want to... And another thing prior to this, so a lot of people don't just jump to the SMC. I checked a lot of stuff before even getting here. I checked U1950, the clock chip, everything like that was checked. It's not any of that stuff. So I'm suspecting either SMC or CPU. That's where I'm at, my diagnostic process. It's either going to be that or some random component that's knocked off somewhere and that will never be solved. I guess I could reflow it in case it's a bad solder joint. Let me try that. Maybe I could save myself from replacing it. I really don't think that'll work, but let's try. Never know, maybe we'll get lucky. I doubt it, but let's try it. It's not the SMC, it's the CPU. Well, Anel, you're probably right. Anel better hope we can run by the time I go and visit. Anel better be able to run when I visit. Or else he's going to be in trouble. So no link for the flux in the description. Well, here's the scoop on the flux. I'm not going to sell it. The only way I'd be able to sell it is through eBay, and I don't want to do that. The thing is with I could sell it in my store, but the state in order to sell it legally, I have to go through all this stuff with the state, and it's just not worth it. It was an absolutely ridiculous process. It's not worth it, and yeah, you know, it's just. I have to leave here in like an hour. Alright, let's see if this works. Grab a fan. Who are we kidding? It's not gonna work. We know it's not gonna work, but... yeah, so the flux, it's not for sale right now. I'm gonna hoard it for myself. You know. Do you have a plunger you could send me? No, because it's gonna be a lot cheaper to get a plunger locally. Okay, another thing I want to check is if I get a pulse on VCore. So I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is plug in the oscilloscope, since the multimeter is probably not gonna be able to pick up that pulse. I'm gonna see if there's a pulse on VCore. I just want to see if there's a little pulse when I plug it in to see. Yes, I know they may shut off my power too. It really sucks. Because they're afraid the wind is going to start fires, because then if the wind starts fires, they get sued. I get no pulse on VCore, nothing. So it's not even coming online. Okay, let's throw a new SMC on here real quick, and let's see if it works. I doubt it'll work, but it's worth a try. This is going to be a dead CPU, and Enel is going to win, as always. Let's take off the SMC. Chris Long is here. PM forever sleep. Yes, you're absolutely right. PM forever sleep. Anel is messaging me saying it's a dead CPU now. Anel, you better shut up. Force management might disturb the blue specking hopping unicorns. Exactly. That's state of California logic. Exactly. My hands actually are working normally today. That's rare. Now, there's something right here that we have to correct. Are you kidding me? The alcohol just fell and knocked over a screw holder. That's cruel. So, whenever you scrape the solder mask off, like right here, right, like, did I just rip a pad? That better have been an NC pad. I've never ripped a pad on an SMC. I've never ripped a pad on an SMC. And now this. And now, you bring me bad luck. Seriously, get out of here. Go away, seriously. You bring me bad luck. Every time you come on my stream, something bad happens. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it is an NC pad, and now you're lucky. I was about to book a flight over there. And so whenever we get something like this, we got to put a little solder mask on that, or else you could bridge it. I mean, you could probably get away with it, but I just don't like to. So just a little tiny bit of solder mask. That's all you need. UV it. Burn everybody's eyes. Should be good enough. Let's scrape away the area on the pad that is covered. It'll cure more once we put the I mean, it'll cure once we heat it, it'll fully cure. And I have to reply to an email real quick. This is some nonsense. Most of the messages I've been getting have been just nonsense. And I just remembered I had to return a call as well. Because people call before I open all the time, and it's bothersome. So give me 1 second. I am back. Free. Okay, let's grab an SMC. Sorry. I should have a 3437 SMC pre-balled, at least I hope. That would be nice if I had one pre-balled. Software debugging sounds like a nightmare. I am not good with software. Let's see, SMC, I have 3437. Is it pre-balled? Okay, this would be just like... It's not pre-balled. Is there another one? 00165, 4924, question mark, 3208, question mark. Alright, looks like we have to reball an SMC. My least favorite thing to do. If you can reball an SMC, you could reball a CPU. Alright, let's reball an SMC. Let's see who reballs SMCs better, me or an L. I bet an L is worse at reballing SMCs than me. Let's see. An L cannot reball SMCs. He tries, but he can't. Let's clean this mat up a little bit. No, don't lie. You cannot reball. I've seen your reballing and your soldering. You cannot reball anything. You try, but it doesn't work. We'll do it over here. I can solder MRIs with ease. Well, what are you soldering with MRIs? I hope you're not walking into the scan room with a soldering iron, because it's going to get ripped out of your hand. How many people are EE/techs here? Probably everybody. Is this DLAM right here? Nah. Let's see. Is this delamination? I can't tell if it's delamination or something on there, so let's clean it. Nope. It is fine. That SMC is 100% ready to go. Yes, an L is not an L is just a troll. Do waitresses count? Yes. Here's our nice clean unused stencil. You see that? No. What's the point of you seeing it? It's a thing that's never been ultrasonic since I've had it. I bet most of you are better than people with a degree on paper. Passion is better than force-fed information. I 100% agree with you. I really have no interest in getting a degree. Just like the biomed repair, you know? You don't need a degree for that. You know, a lot of people think, well, you have to be certified in this and that. And that's something I thought too, but that is not required. You do not need to be certified to work on medical equipment. Some employers require training and certifications through the manufacturer, but there's no like requirement by law that you need a degree. Notice something. I'm not even Tim. What paste that? It's mechanic. It's probably the cheapest one I could find. Um, um, Notice the stencil is not taped. I'm just holding my tweezers on it. There's no taping. There's nothing like that. It's just holding the stencil on the chip. No clamp. Nothing. I don't do it with a clamp. I don't need a clamp. I don't need tape. The only nice thing about a clamp is it would pull heat away because the mat will expand a little bit, but we'll use a lower temperature so that doesn't happen. Most of these solder pastes are actually designed to melt at a lower temperature for that reason. This melts at like 200 something Celsius, I think. Of course, I say this and I'm probably going to screw it up. Now watch this. What's funny about this paste, so check this out. What do you see there? Lead free. Or is it? Lead free. Contains lead. Amazing how that works. Lead free but contains lead. Alright, we're going to go at about 300 degrees Celsius, which is very cold in soldering. And 10 degree airflow, we'll raise it if we needed, but we should be able to add heat slowly. You don't want to add heat quick because then the balls will jump out, so slow heat is ideal. We're just going to start heating it, and I'm going to apply pressure to the stencil. And it jumped out, and this is going to turn out like trash. This is kind of how wet paste works, so this is probably going to turn out like garbage, I can already tell. Let's go to even a lower temperature. Dry paste is easier, I would say, but that's late. I don't want to do that. I'm lazy. Down in there. Okay, I'm gonna let it dry. One thing I'm gonna do. What exactly are you doing? I am reballing an SMC. I think that's good. MobiFix is here. I need to do some stuff on the website today. I republished it the other day and it screwed up something and left this like unfinished section on About Us, and that's embarrassing. Oh well, though. I would have fixed 5 boards by the time you finish reballing this. I know. You're gonna lose in our board repair competition. You watch. Just wait. It came out. Darn it, one little ball is missing. Which is the fault of an L. 2 balls are missing. 3 balls are missing. What platform are you running the site on? I don't. It's a web-based builder, but it's decent. I think it's based off of WordPress. So 1, 2. It's just 2. Which is the fault of an L. It's not Wix. Let me see what it is. It's called duda.co. So here's the link to the company. It might be PHP based. I have no idea. But it looks really good. No worries, Cam. I don't need anything to adjust. I just need to build a new page. 1 second here. I'm back. I'm so sick of, so as I get busier, I don't, like if I'm out and about, I don't have my laptop with me, so I have to answer emails on my phone. I honestly really miss having a keyboard on a phone, so I bought one of the newer Blackberries that still has a keyboard on it. I can't stand the stupid Stupid touch keyboards. Call me crazy, but yeah. I'd much rather prefer the keyboard. Yes, 2016 A1706 is that one recall that if you open the screen. Another thing about phones is I don't want an expensive phone. I don't care. I don't care about my phone. I don't need a fast CPU. I don't need a lot of RAM. I don't need that much storage. I want to be able to answer emails with ease. I don't want, I don't care about anything like that. So this is what I got. It's not the newest one. It's one of the older ones, but it has a keyboard. It has a keyboard. It has a decent sized screen and it has a keyboard. I'm used to using these type of keyboards. I had a BlackBerry and I loved it. So I don't care. They have the other one, the Key 2, that's like $800. I don't want that. I don't want to spend $800 on a phone. So this is what I got. And the keyboard, it's just easier to type on for me. I really, really hate typing on a touch keyboard. I hate typos. I hate spell check. And this is just, these keyboards are much easier to type on. I think I have a BlackBerry Classic somewhere here. But they're just much easier to type on, and I don't really care about like security. Yeah, it's a plus, but I don't really care about that. I like the keyboard. I like typing on a keyboard. That's what I care about. So I don't care really about water resistance or drop resistance. I My current phone right now is a Kyocera Durforce Pro. It sucks. Let me tell you, this thing sucks. The fingerprint sensor failed, and after that, I think it needs that sensor and for the CPU to be at full speed because it throttles. I think that sensor without that sensor, it throttles the CPU. It's slow as heck. The one thing, so it has a 2-year warranty, but I never went in there to have it warranted. But another thing, the waterproof down here, right? This thing, the plug, you can't see it. The plug always comes out. It's just, it sucks. It really sucks. The touchscreen randomly stops working. It'll touch random things. It'll dial randomly. It's lousy. Yeah, but you can hold it underwater and it won't die. But I really could care less about what phone I have. I don't want to spend money on a phone. I don't care about having a phone. I want to be able to make phone calls, reply to emails, maybe web browsing if I need it on the go. A decent camera's a plus too. The BlackBerry Classic that I had, the camera on that thing was absolutely incredible. The level of detail was just incredible. I forget, compared to like an iPhone 6, or I don't know what was out at the time, but it would blow those cameras away. Maybe it was a Z10. I had a Z10 too. I don't remember. I'm not loyal to a brand. I'm not like, I want something that works. That's all I want. Stick to the pad. There we go. Like the S10, the cam recommends. Let's see, what's the S10 cost? Here's the thing about buying stuff for myself. If you give me something with $1,000 that'll help my business, help me make money, it's sure, right then and there. But something for myself that costs that much, I don't want it. Let's see. How much does an S10 cost? Okay, it says $215 with eligible trade-in. What does it cost? $899. Okay, I'm not spending $899 on a dumb phone. The BlackBerry I paid, what was it? $170? That's what I'll spend. I'm not spending any more than that. Sure, there's some people that'll use all those features and need, you know, all that stuff, but I don't. I don't really care. I don't want an S8 secondhand. I want a keyboard. That's the thing. The S10e doesn't have a keyboard. I want a keyboard. Call me crazy, like I said, but I want a keyboard. S10e doesn't have a keyboard. It has no buttons on the front. That looks ridiculous. I don't want that. Buy a Bluetooth keyboard. Yeah, but then I don't want to carry a Bluetooth keyboard. I'm strange, I get it. I am a strange person. I'm strange and I do not like spending money on anything for myself. I'd rather put it towards something business related. Yeah, Cormac is right. Sometimes you do have to, but I don't have to for a phone. By all means, like, if I didn't have to have a phone, I probably wouldn't have a phone. You know? Like, if I get my business to the point where... Or if I get rich to the point where I don't need anything, well, guess what? I'm going to be completely unreachable. I'm pretty sure if you did make the movie, you'd love it. No, I've used high-end phones. I don't care for that. I don't need that. It just doesn't matter to me. I don't need a high-end phone. I really don't. I'm not one of those people that are constantly on their phones. If I need to get something done, I use my laptop. I don't care about a phone. I messed up an SMC reball 3 times this week. I hope now that I'll get one on the board again. You will do fine. If I do fine, you will. I wish more people would. The thing that I really don't understand about people is the jealous haters that start going after you personally because you're successful. I really don't understand that you're angry because someone else is successful. That mindset is lousy, and it really makes no sense to me. I really don't like people, though. I really don't like people. I like certain people, but people in general I do not like. Certain people I like talking to. But generally I'm not a very sociable person. If you give me the choice of sitting in my office and working on stuff or going out with a bunch of people, I would choose sitting in my office because I do not like stuff like that. I do not like being around large groups of people at all. This seems to be a trait for us CEOs in deep tech. Lewis and me are also like that. I'm only social because of business and women. My introvert personality hates it every time. Yes. Except if you're me, women will run the other way at my site. Now you have no green light. And now just shut up. Lewis reached out to Germany with his MacBook Air dead CPU because no heat pipe. There are also many people hating him. But well done, he reached out to us anyway. The clip is broken on the fan, so it may not work. Yeah. As expected. If this is 12.23 volts, no, 12.61. Okay. Yeah, oh well. Okay, next. Rest in pieces. This is the board. This. Okay, this is after ultrasonic. This next board. This is after ultrasonic. Okay, after ultrasonic. After ultrasonic. Gross. Terrible. Disgusting. This side is clean, luckily near our PCH and stuff. But yeah, gross. No, this is after you see it now. This is after you see in the crest. This is after you see. Before you see, let me find it. Shoot, I don't have that picture on my computer, do I? I think I sent that to someone. Let me save it. Let me find it. Okay, before UC looked like this. This was before UC. That was before UC. After? Wait, let's focus it. Before, after? Shoot. Before. After? Before. The corrosion was so caked on, the ultrasonic barely did anything. That's with the Crest too, not a cheap cleaner. The Sharp Protect may have been a little bit more powerful for cleaning stuff like this, but this no ultrasonic cleaner is going to clean this caked on gunk. So we're going to fix this with flux. Lots of flux. Let's add some other flux in there too. I just want a ton. I want... Thank you, Mitch, for the 5 Canadian dollars. I think that's Canadian dollars. I'm going to just put a ton of flux on it. I want to boil all that junk out of there. How to fix your boards? How do you fix your boards? You put a big mound of flux on them. What flux is that? It looks like gelled piss. That is Amtech NC560. Shoot. There we go. That is 1 microtim of flux. And now the edge bonding will be taken off. You chill. The flux kind of eats away at the corrosion. Oh shoot, that's all burned pretty bad right there into the layers. Yeah, you're probably not getting firewire back. I've never had a MacBook in with the complaint that firewire doesn't work. Now what I can do is clean it with the toothbrush and get rid of all that junk so we can actually see what we're doing. First I'll just Q-tip and alcohol some stuff. The edge bonding come off the SMC easily? No. We'll do that later. I feel bad for the shops that actually do this and think they're fixing the board by just cleaning it. The UC isn't really hot, but I want to kind of get rid of all this junk on there. So I'll just put it in for a second. This is so weird. Cormac got in trouble. What did that even sound like? Alright, I gotta rewind and hear that. I'll just put it in for a second. The funny thing is, the ultrasonic sounds nothing like that in person. Okay, now see how easier this is to work with when you get something that nasty? So this actually doesn't look too bad. Main area of concern is, oh, the backlight fuse is actually completely gone. Look at that. There's no backlight fuse remaining. It's just gone. This area is my concern. Let's address this first and foremost, because here's the thing. If this is shorted so bad in the board that... oh boy. Probably is. Yeah, screw firewire. You're not getting firewire back. Get out of here. X-Acto knife time. Would you be interested in being on a podcast every now and then with people in the business? Sure. Of course I would. Yeah, that sounds cool. Firewire is called Firewire for a reason. Yeah, that would be cool, MobiFix. Let me know. Hi, how's it going?
Today, box. Have a nice day.
You too. What is this? Okay, that's stuff for later. Yeah, this area is really concerning to me, but I think I can save this. So one of the things when you're like this, you need to cut stuff really cleanly. This is an X-Acto knife, right? It's kind of... Yeah, you're not getting firewire back. No way. Catherine is here. Alright, I think this is alright. This almost looks like it's charred. I can't tell, but I don't... Yeah, it is, isn't it? Let's see, can I get under this? I want to kind of remove as much of this as I can. This is like removing cancer from someone. But I think I got it all. Just want to cut this really nice. Anel says Tim call it quits. Anel gives up too easy. Anel gives up way too easy. See that? That looks fine. Who says that doesn't look perfect? Look. No more short. Is PP Bus short now? Let's check PP Bus. Now this is a 820-3115. You cannot buy this board for that cheap. No short on PP Bus. I win. Alright, let's finish removing cancer. Thank you, Catherine. I'll take this edge bonding off. Lucky for this little BGA chip, it's fine. So saved by underfill. This little guy's got to go. So I'm gonna use up this ASM before it expires. Actually, it expires next year, but why not? And the heat should allow us to take off the SMC as well. This little BGA is important. It's like for 1v8 SO or something. So I try and remove those. Oh, I can't see the edge bonding. It's being a pain coming off. I hate when this happens. Why won't you just come off cleanly? Any problems with using the flux after it expires? Not at all. Yeah, it does not matter really. I've never noticed the difference. This guy may have to be reballed. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna reball this instead. Yeah, 'cause there's still edge bonding under there. We'll continue. That's later on. The chip itself is likely fine. Just gonna run my iron along here. And recondition all this stuff. And 12:55, I gotta go in 5 minutes. I have important appointment today. Means I have to go to the bank again. How much is your space? Money or square footage? It's 500 square feet. Yeah, I went to the bank yesterday to do something, but then they told me I had to make an appointment to do that. So, hence we are here now. Not loans. No, it's not a loan. No one's going to approve a 18-year-old for a loan. Even with good credit, you're not. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Oh shoot, I messed up those balls. Oh well. I'll have to put little balls on there. That's alright. Happens. Yeah, especially if you're self-employed, getting any kind of loan is incredibly difficult. And here's the thing. When I tell anybody that I have a business, they look at me like I'm a joke. That's why I don't even tell people. It's like, yeah, I fix things. That's all. You tell anybody when they see me that I have a business and they look at me like I'm a joke. So, yeah. why I don't really like talking to people. I'd rather just not say anything about anything. A more appropriate answer that would actually take me seriously on is if I told them I played video games all day and didn't work. If I said that, someone would take me seriously. Is the problem you just melted that cap? This thing? No. This is just for Ethernet. Who the heck uses Ethernet in 2018? And this little thing can... Yeah. I mean 2019. Whatever the heck the year is. I'll leave here at 1:30. But yeah, when dealing with the general public, I just tend not to talk about anything about myself. Because if I tell you, like, if I tell somebody else, you know, that's older or anything, that I have my own business, they're just gonna, yeah. So it's not even worth it. Sarah's here. Oh, I'll just wick everything. This board was terrible. After I wick everything, I'll put it in the ultrasonic again real quick just to get all the flux off so it'll be easier to work with. The storm is coming, someone says. What do you mean the storm is coming? It's actually been a really long time since it's rained here, speaking of storms. Like over a year, I think. Wasn't it the static? Oh, yes. Okay, now I see what you mean. Yes, that static was from the ultrasonic last time. What's really going to suck is replacing everything here, or putting everything back on. That's going to be a nightmare. It's like everything on this board had to have been had to be replaced. Is this the puke board? I believe this is the puke board. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was puke. At least I hope it wasn't puke. But after ultrasonic, it's not contaminated anymore. So ultrasonic, the cavitation with ultrasonic shreds bacteria and viruses. So after you put it in there, I'm not too concerned about it. It just looked like puke. But yes, this was the same board that you saw a picture of. Uh, okay, that's good enough. I have to deal with something. Someone's walking in, so give me 1 second. How's it going? Okay, I am back. I read the MSDS sheet on the Branson EC, and it turns out I should not be getting it on my hands, like I have for the past 2 years. It says causes skin irritation, but over time absorbs into the skin and can cause liver and kidney damage. So I should probably wear gloves. I should probably wear gloves. Probably. Because I didn't wear gloves then. Yes, Greg M is right. YouTube does not like me and they never notify people when I'm live. Almost never. They only notify some people. Cleaning my work mat a little bit. Alright, let's see what this board looks like after ultrasonic. The ultrasonic wasn't hot, so it left the flux on, but yeah, that didn't really help, did it? Yeah, screw putting something in the ultrasonic when it's not at temperature. Let me scroll up in chat to see what I missed. Anything important? How many of the components are getting replaced? A lot of them. Most of them on this side of the board. Do I really want to do this, or do I want to save this till later? Are the streams saved in videos? Yes, they are. Streams are indeed saved in videos. Have a good night, Christian. Can you confirm, how can you confirm a CPU, GPU, or other BJ chip? Signals and common knowledge. Like, you'll just get used to it, you know? Like that PM Sleep SOL board, we ruled out pretty much everything besides the CPU. And that means it's a CPU. As long as a null is in here, then this board will work and won't have a dead CPU. So here's another way to diagnose a dead CPU. If a null is in chat and saying the CPU is going to be dead and wishing you bad luck, the CPU will be dead. So step one to not having a dead CPU is to have no NL. That's the main thing. If there's no 1L, then there's no dead CPU. It's simple as that. Is that a T15 BM? Yes, I think so. What's the difference between T15 and T12? I don't know what it is. I think T12. The T12 were cheaper and they work exactly the same, so. Do I really want to be replacing everything like this right now? I'm starting to not want to do this right now. Because I have to leave soon. And leaving soon kind of makes me want to put this for later. Or send it to someone else entirely. Who wants to fix this board? Who wants to have this sent to them? Sarah, I'll send this board to you. You know you want to fix this board. Perfect. It even has a hole in it, see? It's perfect. That's crazy, you can see through the board. Like, in person you can see through the board through that via right there. Have you ever fixed a board with a hole in it? Look at this. Alright, let's see. This video, a lot of people were skeptical and said it didn't work. So yeah, see this hole right here? Wait. Oh, shut up, I don't hear myself. Okay. But there's a big hole right here, right? People said I was lying and this didn't actually work. I got a lot of complaints on that. And then, where is it? Here's the hole. Here's the laptop. That works. So yes, I did drill a hole in that. I really don't want to work on that board right now. Yeah, I really don't want to fix this board. It needs like the whole thing remanufactured. And I'm supposed to be leaving here very shortly. Fix board or leave on time? Fix board or leave on time? This is why I need someone else to fix boards. This is why I need a Paul. So I don't have to do anything like that. This, yeah. This is sad. Maybe I should leave on time. Yeah, maybe I should leave on time. Every day I stop working on board and I start playing Skyrim at the end of the day, of course. I usually work until I'm too tired to work. Lately I've been leaving earlier, but usually I will work until I get too tired to work. When you do that, so here's what I've noticed. When you work like a couple weeks ago, I was working insane. I like every day till midnight or even later than midnight. You'll get to a point when you just can't do. Well, here's the thing. I got to a point where I kept doing that and I said, "Okay, I'm finally going to take a day off." And then I took a day off and I lost my momentum. If I kept going, I would have been better. So that's the thing when I work and don't take days off, I'm better off than when I do take a day off, because then I take a day off and then I get tired. So okay, I got to get out of here. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next stream.